We are going to start standing, so just making your way up onto your feet if you're not there already, and finding a comfortable position to stand in. This doesn't have to be anything that is specific to alignment. It's just more of a stance that feels comfortable and feels natural for you in your body. So we'll just take awareness through the toes first and foremost. And you can even rock the weight back and lift up and spread the toes really wide, and then we'll lower them back down. And as you lower them down, just feel right from the pinky toe all the way through the toes to the big toe that there's kind of this activation of how the feet are gripping into the mat. And then we'll do that again. So rocking back, spread the toes as you lift them, and then we'll lower them back down. And now we'll allow the arms to relax and soften. Perhaps you turn the palms slightly forward. We'll allow the gaze to lower down and eventually the eyes to close. We're going to be drawing awareness to the 5 senses of the body. And so right away, since we have closed the eyes, notice what it is that you're seeing behind closed eyes. Notice any shapes, light, color. Perhaps there's a bit of darkness there that is really what you would mainly see. There might be images projecting from your mind. We're just drawing awareness to sense of sight with the eyes closed. And as we shift through each sense, there's just this continuous, calm, relaxed breath. Shifting your awareness now to your sense of sound. In your environment, you might notice sounds around you. You might notice the sound of my voice, the sound coming from within you and your breath. Just noticing sound. Is there any bit of sound that perhaps you weren't tuned into before we began this practice? And now you're beginning to notice those things as you draw your focus quite specifically on this particular sense. Again, calm breathing, relaxed into the jaw and the lips. Shifting your awareness now to your sense of smell. That might prompt you to breathe in deeply by the nose. What sort of smells are you noticing in your environment? Are those smells triggering any sort of thoughts or memories? Just noticing the smells, noticing that sense. Shifting your awareness to your sense of taste. This might prompt you to move the tongue around in the mouth. This might even prompt you to lick your lips or swallow a couple of times. Bringing awareness to sensation to a degree within the mouth, but also the taste. We're not looking for anything specific. We're just turning the focus to very detailed aspects, because this is a tether, this is an anchor for us to draw our awareness into the present moment. Finally, bringing our awareness to your sense of touch. And we're going to first feel into the ground beneath the feet. And this might prompt you to move the toes a little bit or move and shift your body weight to feel into how your feet connect to the mat beneath you. Feeling into the clothes and the fabric that you're wearing against your skin. Noticing the differences between the skin that does not have clothing on it and the skin that does. And feeling into the air that is around you. Again, this might prompt you to just move your hands, perhaps turning your palms a little bit forwards or a little bit backwards, or wriggling the fingers as if you were almost feeling the texture of the air. And then starting to draw your hands, palms together and noticing the touch between the palms, and we'll just start to rub the hands. Doesn't matter which direction or how you rub them, but just rubbing them. We'll get a little bit more vigorous, noticing perhaps there's heat that's building up between the hands, palms, and getting finally just a little bit more vigorous. And then we'll pause, just open the palms slightly and notice if you can feel that there is just this bit of electricity that you've generated through the friction of rubbing the hands. And you can even work to draw the hands just slightly away from one another and then slightly back closer towards one another. And it's almost, I think of like an accordion. It's quite subtle, but you're just feeling into the matter that is around you as you pulse the palms further away and nearer towards one another. And feel into if there's any resistance that you can start to notice between the palms. We'll draw the hands, palms together. If the chin is not down, just taking the chin down to the chest. This drawing of the palms together is acknowledging this unification that you have already started to create by carving out this time for your practice. And it can also signify the unification of many things coming together within yourself, within your environment, and hopefully this trickles on to your day. And as you build up each class and each practice that you do, this unification trickles into your day, your week, your month, your year, and your life, acknowledging your practice, however that may be for this class. Keeping the chin down will allow the eyes to open, and we're going to interlock the 10 fingers. As you breathe in, we'll take the knuckles under the chin and stretch the elbows up, up, fill your lungs. And as you breathe out, exhale, bend the knees, pull your chin to your chest, and push the palms all the way forward. Inhale, we're going to release the hands, stretch up high. Exhale, let the arms relax and soften down, and we'll start it again. Interlock the fingers as you breathe in. Inhale, knuckles under the chin. Lungs full. Exhale, push the palms. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Inhale, push up. Long through the sides of the body. Exhale, let the arms release. Again, gather the interlaced fingers, knuckles under the chin, breathing in. In, exhale, breathe it out. Push the palms, chin to chest, bend knees. Inhale, push up, reach high. Exhale, let the arms relax and soften all the way down. Keep going like this in your own timing. As you breathe in, definitely keep the lips closed. As you breathe out, feel free to open the mouth, big sigh. Again, as you breathe in, mouth is closed, palms push high. As you breathe out, mouth can be open or closed, up to you. Keep going like that. Just noticing how the breath can move the body. Noticing how the movement allows the breath to also be more expansive. You can add some other flourishes if you want to make it a little bit more creative or a little bit more expressive and unique to you. Again, this can be big and dramatic, or it can be small and mini. Taking one or two more of these, hopefully you'll start to feel that there's a bit of opening in the chest through the shoulders. You might feel there's a bit of fatigue in the shoulders. Finishing up your last round. There's no need to rush. And then we'll finish by finding stillness again with the arms relaxed down. Taking the chin, dipping the chin down when you're ready to the chest, and uncurl, rolling down the spine. And as you go, be slow enough to notice where you're continuing to grip in your body. So let your head really drop. Once you feel perhaps you're at a point where you need to bend the knees, definitely create a bend in the knees. Perhaps once you get down there, your feet need to open up a little bit wider and you're just going to go for your own movement. Might be a bit of a sway from one foot to the other. Perhaps the forward fold is something that your body is not really feeling very free in at the moment. You can always take your elbows on your thighs. You can always open the feet even wider. Take your hands perhaps on a prop if you have something close. Just a few more breaths in any type of position, whether it's stillness, whether it's continuous flowing movement, and feeling the whole back of the body begin to drop and let go. We're going to pause in the center. From here, you have the option to keep your feet hip width, shoulder width, or even wider. It's completely up to you. We'll allow the knees to bend enough that we can let the body drape down here. Now you can choose to, again, keep your hands supported. We're going to stay for about 5 or 7 breaths. Or you can cross your elbows, your wrists inside of the elbows, and then hang in this way. So it really just depends what feels good for you in this moment. Again, you can always prop your elbows onto the knees if you feel like that's going to be more accessible for your body at this point in the practice. And continue to allow the entire spine from your tail, which is starting to gradually tilt upwards, all the way through the length of the spine into the base of the neck where the skull begins, down, trickling through the back of the head, dripping from the crown of the head down. It's starting to really surrender to gravity. And in this time of surrender, there is most likely always going to be a degree of resistance before release and letting go. So just identifying for yourself where that resistance might be coming up. If it is going to release, or if you find you need to give yourself a little bit more support in some other way, perhaps bending knees more, taking feet narrow or wider, propping elbows on the thighs. These are all options coming into the last few breaths. Again, it doesn't matter how deep the body appears, the external, it is about what is happening on a physiological level, the internal, your sensations that you're experiencing, and how the body begins to open from the inside out. It's from the bones to the skin, rather than going from the outside in. Last breath. If your arms are crossed or hooked, allow them to release.
We'll slowly uncurl to standing. You can imagine like you have a tail that's tucking between your legs, and that can often help to guide the pelvis into a gradually neutral position, which pulls the torso up. We're going to pause with the gaze down. Just allow everything to return back to normal, breathing softly. And then from here, we'll take the gaze forward. We're going to draw the feet together towards the top of the mat, and we're going to draw the hands palms in a prayer position at the chest. Lift your chest up towards your thumbs and start to lift your chin as well. Now you can choose to keep your angle of your face forward, but slightly lifted through the chin, or you can choose to take your gaze up, but again, lifted still through the chest, or you can choose to take your gaze back, still staying lifted through the chest. Imagine you're puffing your chest up towards your thumbs the whole time, so we create this lift through the abdomen, which supports the back bend. A squeeze between the thighs. Doesn't have to be a huge amount, but just notice if the legs underneath you are active or inactive. Breathing, lifting the chest. And at the end, let's reach the arms high, up, exhale. Any way you'd like to, take the arms forward, fold, and come all the way down. From here, fingertips are coming towards the top of the mat, and you're gonna lean your body weight forward on your fingertips to the point where your heels begin to leave the mat. The knees can bend, and in fact, they're gonna bend quite a bit now. So draw your forehead towards your knees so that your forehead either touches the knees or it's very close. And just keep leaning your body weight forward as you gradually lower your bum so that you're hovering above your heels. Your weight is forward into the toes and into the fingers. Find your breath here. Feel a pushing down energy through your fingertips. Feel free to flatten the hands, palms, if that's something that feels better in your body. There should be some heat building in your legs as you lean your weight to your toes, squeeze between the thighs. 3, chin to chest. 2, 1. Lean even more forward to hover your right foot off the mat. As your right leg goes back long, your left heel will touch the mat and your right toes touch at the back of the mat. From here, walk in your hands to frame your front foot. Breathe in, look forward, throat is long. Breathe out, draw your chin into your chest and round your upper back. Look in your belly, again, breathing in. Now with your back leg, you can get a nice calf stretch as you do this head movement. Tuck your chin into your chest. Let's keep your gaze to your back toes or on your belly. Work to flatten your hands, palms down. Lean your weight forward so that you can step your left foot back, high plank position. Neutral with your head. The knees can lower down if and when you need to. Breathe. Relax your jaw. Now take your gaze into the belly. Inhale, lift your tail up, and exhale, come into downward facing dog. Let's go for a bit of movement, if that feels good. Otherwise, you can enter into stillness straight away. Perhaps lifting and lowering the heels, bend, straighten the knees, move the tail, allow the body to just feel a little bit more free and liberal in your downward facing dog. And eventually coming into stillness, bounding your energy down through your hands, rebounding through your tail. Spread the fingers, grip the fingertips down, push, push, push the palms, and then wrap the armpits like they're gonna face each other. Breathe here. Take an inhale. As you bring your right foot to the middle of the mat, sweep your left leg up, three-legged dog. Kick through your left heel. Flex your left toes down. We're gonna bring knee to forehead twice. Come forward, knee to forehead, round. Take it back, kick three-legged dog. One more time, we're gonna hold this time though. Knee to forehead, pause. Start to look forward. Shift your weight forward to step your foot between your hands. Now that movement can be a bit tricky to do. You can always use your left hand to encourage the leg through, or even dropping the back knee. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, look to your back toes. Again, you can get a good calf stretch here through your back right leg if you want. Inhale, looking forward, lift the gaze. Exhale, round. We're gonna shift the body weight forward, off the back foot, to the point where the back foot is lifted. Your hands come to the top of the mat. Then you step your feet together, and we're in this crouching position again. Lean forward to your hands, either on your fingertips or the palms flat. Keep your buttocks lifted just enough away from your heels that there's space, but not too high that your bum lifts higher than your knee level. And then look in your belly more as you lean forward. Send your tail up. Heels will drop down. Let's come up to standing as you breathe in. Go slow. Palms forward. Lift the chin. And again, draw the palms now to a prayer position. Feel again. Do you want to keep the gaze a bit more forward as you lift the chest to the thumbs? Do you want to lift your gaze up? Do you prefer to look back? Pausing here. Lift your chest up to your thumbs and feeling into, again, this filling up. It's like an airbag through the abdomen rather than letting it go flat and collapse. Lift the chest. And at the end, reach high. Exhale, folding forward, come down. Hands towards the top of the mat on fingertips or flat palms, up to you. Lean forward until your heels leave the mat. Draw your chin to your chest. Start to bend your knees. Leaning forward on your hands. If your heels are connected to the mat, you've got to lean much more forward to feel how the arms, the upper body is supporting you. Keep your chin into your chest, breathing calmly. Again, buttocks and knees are roughly the same level, which means your thigh bones are parallel to the floor. You have enough of a gap between your bum and your heels, but it's not so big that your bum is higher up than your knee level. Lean much more forward, hover your left foot as the left leg goes back to touch the back of the mat. Your right heel drops down. Walk your hands to frame your front foot. Inhale, lift chin. And exhale, look to the back toes. And again, inhale, long throat. Exhale, look to the back toes. From here, plant your hands down. Keep your gaze looking towards your back toes. Shift your weight forward. That's going to help you to sweep your right foot back, high plank, then go neutral with your head. Again, knees can lower down if you prefer. Breathe. Relaxed jaw. Look in the belly. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, down dog. And let's this time come into stillness straight away. Make the adjustments that you need to. And feel where the stillness is still allowing for flow in the body. Sometimes we equate stillness to restriction, and it can often mean that we continue to intensify what we're doing to the point where we're not creating freedom in the body. So really just being aware of that. Let's step the left foot to the center. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. Keep pushing down through the palms to feel that extension through the heel. Knee to forehead, shift your weight forward. Breathe. Inhale, three-legged dog, kicking through the heel. This time, knee to forehead, and then we stay round the spine. Then you can start to look forward, take your gaze forward and your weight forward to step your foot between the hands. Perhaps you'd like to lift on the fingertips. Inhale, lift chin. Long throat. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck your chin. Again, you can get a nice stretch to that back calf if you wish. Inhale, lift chin. Exhale, round the spine. Now keep your gaze towards the back of the mat. Shift your weight so far forward that you're just only on your big toe of the back foot. Walk your hands more to the top of the mat to take your back leg up in the air, not so high, and then feet together, leaning forward, rounding, weight on your knees, weight on your hands. A space should still be there between the buttocks and the heels. And then look in your belly, lean more forward, push your hands down, your heels down to lift your tail, look in the belly. Inhale to stand. Coming up, again, turning the palms forward first, and then drawing the hands, palms in prayer. You lift the chest up. Breathe in here. Filling up the chest, filling up the body. Again, you might like to look up a little bit more or forward, stay lifted. At the end, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. We're gonna speed it up. Hands to the top of the mat. Lean forward, weight off your heels. Look into your belly, round your spine, bend your knees. Leaning forward. Let's hover the right foot. Right leg goes back as your left heel drops down. Then from here, hands frame the front foot. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale. As you drop your head, flatten your palms, lean forward, step back, high plank. And then right away, down dog, hips up and back. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Stay for one breath of stillness. And then we'll take the left leg up. Left leg up, three-legged dog, just one head to knee. Exhale, rounding through. And then look forward. Lower the foot down in between the hands. Inhale, release the throat. Lift the chin. Exhale, look to your back toes. Lean forward, forward, forward. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. Lift your back leg just a bit. Step the feet together. Both heels are off the mat, but there's a gap, again, between the buttocks and the heels, leaning. Lift your tail. Look in your belly. Inhale, coming up. Palms forward. Lift the chest. When you're ready, palms in prayer. Stay lifted. That airbag effect. We're not flattening and dumping. Just really lift up. At the end, reach high. Exhale, forward fold coming down. Take the hands forward, lifting those heels. And the heels don't have to lift a lot, but the weight comes forward, which means they do lift. Round the spine as you bend the knees. Lean forward again, left foot hovers, left leg goes back, touch it down, heel of the right foot drops down. Hands frame the front foot, inhale, lift chin. Exhale, look to your back toes. Flatten your hands, palms down, lean forward, sweep that heel to step back, high plank, 3, 2, 1. Look on the belly, inhale, hips up, exhale, down dog. Tail is lifted, breathing by the nose. Maybe if you need to, bit of a sigh. Let's take the right leg up, inhale, kick through the heel, flex the toes, exhale, knee to forehead. And then start to look forward, shift and step the foot. Inhale, long throat. Exhale, look to the back toes. Shift your weight forward, forward, forward. Walk the hands, lift the back leg, step your feet together. Knees squeezing, leaning forward. Let's send the tail up. And then heels flatten. Inhale, come up. Turn the palms forward. When you're ready, palms in prayer. Lift the chest. Holding here. Okay, good, and we'll turn the gaze forward. From here, we're gonna step the right foot to the back of the mat, okay? So you're going to turn your body so that both of your toes are pointing to the right edge of the mat. The outer edges of the feet are hugging down. The insteps of the feet are lifted. And here, we're going to come into cactusing through the arms. So we're going to squeeze the inner arms towards one another. And when we open, we're going to twist to the right. So essentially, the left arm will stay in front, but the right arm and the right shoulder twist back. And let's come through center again. Go to the other side, twisting to the left. Oh, I got a good crack. And then coming through center. Going again, twisting to the right. And come through center. And again, twisting to the left. And then come through center. Let's open the arms again into their cactus. And here, we're gonna reach high. Exhale, look over the right shoulder, cactus arms. Inhale, reaching high as you look up. Exhale, look over left shoulder, cactus arms. Inhale, one more each side, reaching up, look over right shoulder. And then inhale, reaching up. Exhale, look over left shoulder. Let's finish reaching up high. Turn the palms together. Draw the arms in front. One more on each side of this. Open, right, and come through. Open, left, and then come through. Good. Inhale. Let's open the both arms. And from here, push the palms out to the sides. We're going to draw the hands, palms like they're going to touch one another, but we want to squeeze without actually bending the elbows. So squeeze, and we're going to take 10 little pulses like that. So pulse 10, 9, 8. Really resist the urge to bend the elbows. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold there. Then we can start to bend the elbows to interlock the 10 fingers. Push down, lift the chin up, open the chest, and we're going to hold here. Just for another breath or two, feeling the fist lengthening down, the chest lifting up, and then we're going to draw the gaze forward. Release. So that again, you're coming into that squeeze. And then from here, wrap the right elbow under the left elbow and wrap the hands around the shoulders. Inhale, lift the elbow points, lift the chin. And then exhale, we're gonna forward fold. So feel free to open your feet wider or bend your knees as much as you would like to. We're not gonna be down in this forward fold for very long. Allow your head to drop. Let it go. And then we'll come up. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Pause there. Let's release it, opening up. Opposite. Left elbow under. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Coming down. Allow the neck to go long. Now within your forward fold, we're definitely focusing more on the upper body with what we've been doing. But you still want to pay attention to keeping your thigh muscles contracted so the lower body is going to release with less force or strain. Inhale, coming all the way up. Let that release. Okay, we're going to reach the arms out to the sides again. Cactus. Draw the insides of the arms towards one another. Right side, twist, and bring it through. Left side, twist, and bring it through. Let's open it up and push out through the hands, palms. Now you want to keep the palms pushed. From here, you're going to draw the hands. So before we did wrist straight, pulse, pulse, pulse. Now we're doing flex palms, and again, pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you can bend the elbows, interlock the fingers, push the palms and the fist down, lift the chin, lift the chest, staying for one more breath. And then we're going to fold forward. So exhale, coming down. Now you can bend the knees to any degree that you feel like you need to. But there is a point within the knees, if they're too bent, we're not actually going to be creating length in the hamstring. We're going to keep creating a bit of strain. So be mindful that the distance you have between your feet can increase as much as you need to. And here we're going to draw the chin in towards the chest. And you're going to take your gaze up towards yourself. Now, when we change the position of the head, like we've just done, this allows the arms to draw up and over with more ease. It doesn't mean it's easy, but when we allow the head to draw in, this encourages the shoulders to open in this way. You can test that by lifting your chin, and typically that will push your arms closer to your back. What we want here is the freedom in the shoulders for the arms to come away from the back. And this is where the chin coming into the chest can really help that. We're just here for a few more breaths. Notice where the body weight is situated for you. Do you need it a bit more forward in your toes? Do you need to anchor down through the outer edges of your feet a bit more? Do you need to squeeze your palms together, or do you need to open your palms apart? If you find it quite easy to draw the arms over, squeeze your palms together. If you're finding it quite challenging and there's a lot of tension, let your palms open so the backs of the wrists push out to either side. We'll start by drawing the chin away from the chest, drawing the hands to the lower back. Inhale, go slow to come all the way up. Pause with the gaze down, just so you can allow the blood flow to begin to return back to normal. Release through the palms. We'll come into cactus arms. And then from here, drawing the palms together, turn and step towards the top of the mat. Let's inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest up. Exhale, reach high, and then forward fold. Come all the way down. We're coming into our warm-up sequence again. So the hands are forward to the top of the mat. Lean forward, weight off the heels, bend the knees, crouch down, forehead to knees. Taking the weight off your right foot goes back long as it lowers down. Left heel is dropped. Use your hands to frame your front foot. Now we're going to take it a little bit different this time. So as you inhale, looking forward, flatten down through your right hand palm. We're going to take the left hand, we're going to reach it forward, palm is facing in, and then from here, cactus as you twist. Again, reaching the arm forward and long, and cactus as you twist. One more time here, reaching the arm forward and long. Now I want you to notice as you twist in your cactus, are you letting your right or your left knee lean out to the side too much? Keep your left hip forward as you twist. Good. From here, hands frame the foot, lean forward, step back, high plank. And this time, we're going to lower the knees all the way down. We're going to take our happy puppy pose. So let the knees widen slightly. Allow the arms to walk forward. Inhale, we'll lift the chin. Exhale, we're going to do this 5 times. So you're going to sink the chest down and the tail up. Inhale, come forward. Just a little bit of reprieve as you shift. Exhale, sink the chest down. Maybe your hands have got to slide more forward. Inhale, coming up as you shift. 2 more, 3 more, I think. Exhale, drop the chest. Good. Inhale, coming forward. The last 2. The last one we will hold.
Shifting so that the chest drops down. This is the last one. We're going to stay down, leaning forward, and then allowing the chest to drop, the fingers to reach. Now you can have the forehead down. You can have the chin forward. You can also have a bend in the elbows or quite a wide distance between the hands. So this really just depends on how the shoulders feel. Again, the elbows can bend if you feel like it's too intense to keep them straight. Alternatively, you just stay lifted a little bit higher as opposed to going down so low. Couple more breaths here. So we're looking for the tail to be, for the most part, vertically stacked over the knees. Again, it's not about the shape, but it's about where the body weight is being shifted. But you can always take the tail back to take pressure off of the opening through your chest and shoulders. And alternatively, you can take the weight forward to add a little bit more pressure in that downward motion through your chest and throat. Okay, inhale. We're gonna slowly come up out of that. Leaning forward, tuck the toes, hips up, downward facing dog. Let's take the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, we're gonna step that foot in between the hands right away. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, look towards the back foot. Walking the hands forward so your back toes lift. Step your feet together, leaning on the hands, squeezing between the thighs, and then lift your tail up. Look in your belly. Inhale, release, coming up. Let's draw the palms into prayer position right away. When you're feeling ready, you can lift the chin, lift the chest, and take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way down. Hands coming forward, lean forward, bend the knees, crouch low. Lean forward to hover the left foot, left leg goes back, long, lower the toes, lower the front heel, frame the front foot, inhale, lift your chin to look forward. So flattening down through the left hand palm, right hand palm reaches forward long, inhale, peel it back as you twist. Again, reaching forward, inhale, peel it back as you twist. The last one. Reaching forward, inhale, peel it back as you twist, hold here. Make sure you're not leaning excessively to the right. Keep your right knee directing forward so your hips stay in alignment to target and isolate through the upper spine. Okay, from here, flatten the palm, lean forward, step back, high plank. That's it, good. And then we'll let the knees lower down. And again, come into our happy puppy. Hands can walk a little bit forward. Inhale, lift the chin, just 3. Exhale, sink chest down. Inhale, shift a little bit forward. Exhale, walk the hands if you need to, sink the chest down. Again, inhale, shift it forward. Last time, exhale, sink it down here for 5. Breathe for 4. Feel the tail tilting up for 3. 2 and 1. Inhale, coming all the way up. Hands, palms flat, lean forward. Tuck the toes, looking in your belly, tail up. Push the hands down, down dog. Left foot in the center, inhale, right leg up. 3-legged dog. Exhale, the foot comes in between the hands. Lower the foot down. Inhale, take your throat long, look forward. Exhale, look to your back toes. Walk your hands forward, leaning forward. Lift the back leg in the air and then step the feet together around the spine, lean forward. Then as you push your heels down, your tail lifts up, looking in your belly. Inhale, coming up to standing. We'll draw the palms in a prayer. Feeling the chin lift when you're ready. Breathe. Exhale. We'll turn the gaze forward and neutral. You're going to turn to your left this time. Step the left foot
to the back of the mat. So the heels are in one line. We're gonna open up through the arms, and again, relax them down, flex the palms. 5 pulses this time. Squeeze 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then draw the palms together. You might need to bend the elbows to do that. Interlace, push down, lift up, and from here, again, forward fold. As you forward fold, draw your chin into your chest. Allow the arms to come up and over. Now the knees can bend as much as you need to, as I mentioned before, but oftentimes we are potentially really avoiding opening the hamstrings if we always bend them a lot. So you can instead support the opening of the backs of the legs by engaging the thigh muscle, engaging and activating the quadricep muscle, and that creates a release of tension in the hamstring. Again, chin can come into chest. Last breath or two here. And then we'll lead with the chin away from the chest. Push down through the outer edges of the feet. Inhale, coming up. Take a moment to pause. Release through the arms. We're going to draw the palms into prayer. Turn to the top of the mat, stepping the feet together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Lean on those hands, heels leave the mat, bend your knees and crouch down low. Step your right foot back. Frame your front foot with your hands. Right away, right palm goes down, left hand reaches forward long. Twist and hold for 3. Keep your left knee directing forward for 2 and for 1. Lower the palm, step back, high plank position, and lower the knees all the way down. Inhale, left arm comes up as you twist. Exhale, thread it through to lower the ear down and find some stillness in your twist. Feel free to use your right hand as much as you would like to. I find that when I push my right palm down, it allows me to twist in a much more specific, isolated way. So the palm is pushing, or you can extend that right arm forward, or use it in any way that you feel like is right for you. We're going to use the right hand to come out of this. So push down, inhale, untwist. And then from here, you're going to draw the hand out to the sides. Turn the palm so it faces up towards the ceiling. And as you sit down, your hand is going to go behind your back. Okay, so just do that one more time if you missed it. The palm flips to face up. And as you sit down, the palm goes behind the back. Okay, so it just depends for your shoulder, how this is feeling, and where that palm goes. But what we're trying to do is not miscue the torso to try and get that hand there, but instead keep the shoulders a little bit more level if possible. So the palm is facing out and the back of the hand is on the back. Just holding there. We're going to add the top arm. So the right arm will come all the way up and the palm will face forward. From here, we're going to allow this shoulder to rotate so the palm faces back. Okay, we'll do that one more time. Palm is forward and then rotate, palm faces back. So there's actually a little lift up through that shoulder. Then you'll start to bend the elbow so that the fingers, imagining that they're drawing towards one another. They might be very, very far. They might be touching and close. Doesn't matter, whatever you can get. We're just gonna find that position. If you've got those fingers hooked, that's great. That gives you sometimes a little bit more leverage to use force in the body, which can be a useful tool, but be mindful that with force, there's always more risk. So staying aware and connected. If you do have the hook, you can imagine while you're hooking your fingers that your elbow points are trying to stretch further and further away from one another. Okay, we're going to slowly reverse everything that we've done. So the top arm is going to reach up with the palm back. Then turn the palm forward to drop the shoulder down and just let that arm float. Now the arm that's on your back, you're going to slowly let that release because you're probably feeling sensation by now. Okay, that palm is turned. Turn it up and out just to give it a bit of reprieve. Okay, shake it out. Lean forward. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog, hips up and back. Let's take the left leg up right away as you breathe in. Exhale, draw the knee in to step the foot between the hands. Inhale, lift your chin. Exhale, look to your back toes, flatten your hands, or stay on your fingertips, lift your back foot. Then step your feet together, knees and bum on the same level. Then lift your tail up, heels down. Inhale, come up to standing right away. We'll take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, coming down on the fingertips, elbows straight round the spine, lean forward, heels off the mat, bend your knees. Left foot hovers, left leg goes back long, lower the toes. Walk the hands to frame the front foot as you lift your chin, left palm flattens, right fingers palm forward, pull it back, twist, hold here. Holding in the body. Keep your right knee directing forward. And squeezing your left hip as well to the top of the mat. Good, let's lower that down. Lean forward, step back, high plank position. Let the knees drop down. Find your left hand in a comfortable spot. Inhale, right arm goes up. Exhale, thread it through and lower the ear down. So the tendency is to dip and twist on the right side. So try to keep your left ribs away from the left hip. And this will really create much more symmetry and an even distribution of body weight through both of your knees and your shins, so that the twist is isolated to the spine rather than the hips and the base moving. We want to move what's above the base. In this case, below the base, because we're upside down. From here, finding that position with your left hand to push down. Inhale, reach up. Good. From here, that arm is coming out to the side, and you're going to turn the palm to face up. So that shoulder kind of drops down and in. That helps with the rotation. Do that one more time. Palm is open and down, and then turn it up. As you sit down, bending the elbow to hook the back of the hand on your back. The palm is facing outward. So just finding that position for yourself and feeling into maybe differences between your left side that we've already done and now the right side. Maybe allowing the fingers to climb up the spine a little bit more. Feeling that rotation through the front of the shoulder here. We'll add now the left arm. So you can take that left arm up. Your palm can start facing forward.
And as you turn the palm to face back, the shoulder goes up and scoops. It's almost like you're trying to bring this up to your chin, okay? And then we'll drop it down. Again, turn it, reach up. I'm gonna do one more because it feels good. Turn it, reach up, then from there, bend your elbow. Now you might even turn your gaze slightly to help that left shoulder stay forward. And then you can work to turn forward again. Now sometimes when there's tension, it makes us go like this. And the arm is pushing so much into the back of the head that it's quite hard for us to straighten up, which is okay. But eventually over time, we want to have a bit of resistance, pushing the head against the arm and potentially centering the head. It's okay if the head is off center. It's more so how it feels. If it's feeling a little bit icky for you, then you do want to have the head center. Eventually, over time, we're looking to just get things more in that vertical line of the body. So if you feel like you're quite close with your fingers, but it's just not there, then again, come into a little bit of that twist to walk the fingers down. And again, it might not look like this. That doesn't matter. It's not about the way that it looks. It's about the feeling that it is generating and in turn, the effect, the physiological effect that this is having on your body. One more breath here. Okay, so we're going to release the left hand first. So as you reach it up, shoulder to chin, then you can turn it and let it drop all the way down. And from here, just slowly releasing, the palm is facing back, and then we'll open it and just give it a bit of a reprieve there, turning the palm out. And let that shake, leaning forward, tuck the toes, hips up, downward facing dog, pushing down through the palms. Let's take the right leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, slowly shift forward as you step your foot between your hands. Inhale, throat is long. Exhale, walk the hands forward, look to the back toes, lift the back leg, and then feet come together, knees squeezing around the spine. Lean forward as you push your heels down, draw your chin to your chest. Inhale, coming up to standing. Let's pause with the palms forward, and we'll close the eyes down when you're ready. And breathe. Just taking time to tune back in, breath, sounds around you, feelings from your body, thoughts in your mind, smells, tastes. Feel into the air. Maybe it's kind of like you're moving your hands around. Feel into the space around you. And then starting to draw your palms together. Again, we'll just slowly let them rub back and forth. Feeling sensation, heat. Notice the hands a little bit quicker. Rubbing, rubbing, rubbing. Finally, fast as you want. And then pause and just slightly separate your hands. You can play around with pushing them closer towards one another and pulling them away. Again, it's like that kneading dough or that accordion effect. You might not feel or tune into that kind of invisible substance between your palms. But we are very electrical and energetic beings, so we can feel into this stuff when we bring more awareness and more attention to it. Draw the hands, palms together into a prayer position, and we'll allow the eyes to open up.
We're gonna come into a balance here. So you wanna make sure that you have your weight shifted onto your right foot. We're just gonna take the left foot back. So your toes are gonna kind of tap down here. So put a little bend deeper into the right knee so your left leg reaches back, and you can feel that there's weight that easily comes off of your back foot, okay? What we're gonna be doing is pulling the right elbow up towards the ceiling or potentially cactusing the arm, and then having the left hand fingertips connect either to the left leg or down to the floor. And as we do this, the back leg will lift. So right elbow either peels up here or cactus, up to you. Left hand either lowers down to the thigh or you start to make your way to the ground. Lift the back leg up as you come into your twist. You can tap the fingers down, feeling that twist through the shoulders. From one shoulder to the next, find your breath here. Use your toes into the mat and squeeze between your inner thighs. Soften your jaw. We're here for one more breath. Twist. Inhale, slowly lowering the back leg down. Coming up, palms in prayer, and step the feet together. We'll try the other side. Shifting the weight over to the left leg, reaching the right leg back. Leaning forward enough to feel the toes. They easily lift. If that position with the shoulder didn't work for you, you can try a different position, no problem. But we are looking to anchor the left shoulder up and the right shoulder down. So go ahead, left elbow lifts, and start to find the place with your right hand and lift your back leg. Twisting into the body. There's a lot of different dynamics happening here. Think of one strong line from crown of head all the way to your back toes, stretching in opposite directions. Now think of the same from your fingers down right hand to your elbow or your left hand. Good. Inhale, slowly coming up. Draw the feet together. Nice. Take the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands down, and you're going to step back right away into child's pose. So knees can be narrow, knees can be wide, whatever is feeling good for you in your body. Breathing here. Last few breaths. Just feeling the body begin to really drop and relax. And from here, we're going to slowly come all the way up. Allow the legs to swing around here. Let them go. We'll give them a little bit of a bounce. You might like to sway the legs from side to side. You might like to bend the knees and windshield wiper side to side. Okay, and we'll come up. We're going to take the left leg forward long, and we'll have the right heel over top of the left leg. You can flex through your left toes
to have that leg a bit stronger. And we're gonna be lifting the chest up nice and tall, and then hugging, so it might be knee and elbow, or it might be wrist and knee, okay? And you're gonna wrap for that twist. We're gonna open up cactus arm to the right hand as you twist. Chest is open. Holding there. Now, right at the end of the twist, you're going to straighten your right arm and flip your palm up to the ceiling of the back right arm, and then flex the fingers down. So it's like that Spider-Man palm where you shoot the web out. So you feel it all the way up the inside of the arm. Okay. And we'll release that, coming into the other side. Right leg straight, bending into the left knee, flex the right toes. Again, you can have the hand and the wrist hook around the left knee. You can have the forearm, the elbow, up to you. Tall. When we twist, we need to create space for more movement. If there's no space, it's harder to find movement. So we create the space, cactus the left arm. Use your gaze, looking over the shoulder. Now straightening your left arm, turn your palm so it's facing up, and flex the fingers down. And then release, turning to face forward. Okay, we'll let the legs go. Again, if you need a little bit of a bounce, you can. We're gonna come into either kneeling or sitting cross-legged. It is up to you. We're gonna be working on Kapalabhati breathing. So with this breath, I personally find that kneeling works the best for me. I can take the most weight forward in my hands, which lets my belly go soft. And that's really what we want to do, is allow the belly to go soft and to release as much as possible, okay? You can also do that cross-legged. You just really got to get that leaning forward action. So what we want to connect with right now is just letting the belly completely go. It should be soft. It shouldn't be tense. And when we take the weight forward in the hands, usually you can do one hand at a time. And just kind of feel into it. Make sure it's soft. So what we're going to be working with is exhales by the mouth that will encourage the belly to activate when we push out. And then when we stop that exhale, it will naturally release. So I'll just demonstrate a few. The weight is forward, the belly is soft, and when I breathe, this is what it might look and sound like. So the inhale is not audible hardly at all. The exhale is very pronounced, it's very expressive, because that is what we want to emphasize, that pushing out. The inhale happens automatically, but it is not, right? We're pushing it out, but we're not doing that type of exaggerated drawing in. So it's the out that's emphasized, the in automatically happens. The best thing that I can say is to think of blowing out a candle, and it's that constant that will create. So we're gonna go slow, okay? So leaning forward, let the belly go soft. This is really good for digestive system, okay? And just relax the abdomen. And everyone together, take a breath in and breathe out. Just normal, nothing too fancy. Keep the belly soft. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath in.
And start. Keep going. Breathe. Blow. 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 Exhale. 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 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay exactly where you are. Just breathe normally. And then inhale, we can lift the body up. So we're gonna do that again. Again, it's that blowing out, really good for the digestive system and the internal organs. This is quite a cleansing breath. So it's a good one to do at the end of your practice and when you don't have a full stomach, definitely. So we're gonna do it again and we're gonna take 3 paces. So if you just wanna stay at the same pace the whole time, you can. If you feel like it's hard and you're overthinking it, just stay at the same pace. Sometimes though, going faster helps us to get out of our thinking brain and into just our doing brain. So you just have that candle and you just blow, blow, blow. So again, we'll have 3 speeds, but if at any point you need to regress to the speed that we did before, continue to do that, but I will cue you through a little bit quicker breaths, okay? So we'll lean forward on the hands, let the belly go soft. Make sure it's soft. The beautiful thing about this massage is that we're fully contracting with the blow and then fully softening. So there's this really good massage that's happening as a result of that, which is why we lean forward as opposed to sitting up. It's just tighter, tighter, tighter. Here, this is tight and loose, and that's what we want. So lean into the hands, soft belly. Let's cue some just breath cycles. Inhale. Just normal exhale. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale, breathe out. Last inhale. And begin. Slow it down. Slow it down again. And stop. Just stay where you are. Breathe normally. And then slowly inhale. You can lift the chin. Feel free to slide the legs around if you are kneeling. And we're going to lie down and relax on our backs. Let your legs extend. Allow your arms to find a comfortable position. The legs can also be bent if that feels better for you. Closing down the eyes and breathing here. Just feeling into the opening of your body. Feeling into this idea of almost like crossing the finish line. But as they say, it's just the beginning. The tools that we develop and the tone that we set with our practice, it carries through after we step off of the mat. So just feeling that in your whole self, physically in your body, you've created new pathways in your mind and harnessed and created clarity in your headspace. And on a deeper, energetic, spiritual, soulful level, however you would like to feel into that,
Just really honoring yourself. Allow your whole body to soften, release, and relax, completely dropping down, down, down into your mat. If you would like to stay lying down, there's no need for you to move. Perhaps you'd like to find a different position, like on your side. Or perhaps you really feel like it does a lot for you to finish your practice in a seated position. So just use the next few breaths to make any changes in the position of your body that you need to. There's no right or wrong. It's just whatever you're feeling into in this moment. And once you find yourself situated in the position that you would like to be in, feel free to take any sort of hand positions or gestures if you're seated. And this is just a bowing of the chin down to the self. This is an internal recognition. Your practice is it's something that only you can feel. And it is unique and individual to you. So recognizing that internal shift that is not always visible, but we feel into that. And that can permeate out in a way that transcends what we see. So just really feeling into the effects of your efforts, your intentions, your commitments, your dedication, and the honoring of yourself. Thank you so much for joining in this practice.